Welcome aboard to another FlameFlash.net podcast. This is episode 64, and let's get started with the Raptor Report. First up, Spy vs. Spy. Now, I had to record this on the Raptor side of things as the NES version, but there's actually a iOS version out at this point. It was only 99 cents, and it's Spy vs. Spy. Pure, plain, and simple. The controls are a little bit iffy just because you don't have a controller in your hand, but I still liked it. It was still a callback to days of yore, when I had absolutely no idea what I was doing and would just get punched in the face by the airport door security guard constantly. It was good to return to it. Little Big Planet 2 for the PS3. Occasionally, throughout the last week, the little guy would beg, and somebody would end up getting drug into a game of Little Big Planet 2 with him. I did a couple of times, even scored a couple of trophies while playing. It's remarkably better game than Little Big Planet 1, which I had only tried before as a demo. This was one of those quote-unquote free games from PlayStation Plus. I'm glad it was, but I like it. It's a keeper, especially if you don't have PlayStation Plus. Super Mario 3D Land. Still slowly chugging along through this one. Finally beat World 2. On to World 3. I think I'm on to level 3 of World 3. I'm taking it slow. 1, because, well, I don't have a lot of time. 2, I like to get all the hidden stars in a level before I move on. So, if it takes me a couple of times to replay through a level, I do it, because I know I won't want to return to that level afterwards and try to go coin hunting at that point. The Sims. I believe The Sims is the fault of one of the kids, actually, this last week, but I'm still waiting, EA. Bring the rest of it to Steam. Just saying. Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012. Well, I retool another deck or two, and am ready for standard play. Continued standard play. Now, what that means is I had to go through my Magic 2012 core set, or some of them, and find out if they were reprinted in 2013. The zombie control deck, or the zombie mill deck, was certainly gutted. I should probably take another look at it. I was a bit rushed at the time because there was a baby girl attacking me and all of my cards. So I really need to just set up at the table and take all my current decks out, lay out all my current cards, figure out which ones are still going to be standard in October, and figure it all out. The only set of cards that I own that are cycling out are the Core 2012, which is one reason why I'm glad that the Core 2013 I haven't picked up a massive amount of, because those phase out after a year, while the other sets phase out after, I think it's 2 years, basically. World of Warcraft. Not much new to say about this one. I'm nice and close at this point to Bard and Hold Exalted, after which I will be heavily focusing on Deepholm Exalted, and then if I manage it before the Mist's release date, the Twilight Highland Dwarves to Exalted. And then whenever I run a heroic dungeon, I wear the Ramukadan. I can't pronounce those guys' names. The ones that give you the camels at Exalted. I wear their tabard. And then I'll wear the earthen ring after that if I have time. Terraria. Terraria shows up on the Raptor Report, but it didn't get as much play as it has in previous weeks. Some weeks this summer have nearly hit the 30-hour mark, which, wow. The kids are turning Terraria into a full-time game. As was promised to them when summer started, though, we got them a subscription of HeroUp.com. It's the Marvel Superhero Squad Online. It's a browser-based MMO, free to play. But if you subscribe, you immediately get 500 gold, which is one of the two forms of currency, gold and silver. And you get access to exclusive member-only characters. Well, we did it. The son wants it for more gold generation. Daughter, well, she wants more characters. She wants to try to get all of the female characters that are currently available. And keep collecting those. A lofty goal. It's pretty neat. And that's surprisingly it for the Raptor Report this week. We are recording a bit later than usual because we went and did a school supply run for shoes. Lots and lots of shoes. You know, gym shoes, regular shoes. But what about the week's news? Brewfest has been saved. This is why it's good not to post something immediately and go up in arms about it. Wait. Sit and wait. We got up in arms on Monk of Mists about the non-account bound list because we sat on it for a while. And then eventually Blizzard came about and fixed it. Well, at the start of the weekend, Brewfest was being threatened because you couldn't go to it until you were level 90, and you're not going to be level 90 until probably a week into Brewfest, which means it's almost over, which means you can't get your title at all if you haven't gotten it yet and are wanting to. Well, they've pushed it back now. So those of you who desperately want the title can now drill hard to get it. And I'm very pleased with Blizzard for doing so. World of Warcraft news, that's it. We'll crumple up the paper and toss it off. PlayStation Network. The Walking Dead is coming free, quote-unquote, air quotes, yay, for PlayStation Plus members. Episodes 1 and 2. So if you're horribly curious about the game, sign up for PlayStation Plus. That's it. And then grab them. Now, the one negative is, of course, then you have to continue to stay subscribed to PlayStation Plus. But when you do, you're going to get more free games, you're going to get more discounts. PlayStation Plus actually will help pay for itself that way. Now, I certainly understand the appeal of Xbox Live, but again, online play of the level you can get on the PlayStation Network, it's, well, 6 of one, half a dozen of another, but I'm not paying for it over on the PlayStation side, at least literally. But 2 new games coming for the PlayStation Plus archive. Fantastic. In PC news, Star Wars: The Old Republic is going free to play. You'll have access to up to level 50, all 8 storylines, and you can buy more stuff with quote-unquote cartel coins. That's going to be the virtual currency. Cool. Good luck, guys. I really do mean it. Well, he might have it. But we're going to possibly download it now, especially if it's been decoupled from Origin. We'll have to wait and see. And hopefully we get a chance to try it out. The final bit, short Raptor report this week, short news report this week. I didn't have enough time after, all that shopping for darn shoes to compile all my email. So as long as today, Wednesday, the August 1st, was a slow news day, we'll be fine. And we'll slide everything else over to episode 65 notes. But NBC got an independent journalist suspended from Twitter because he posted a high-ranking individual's email address, corporate public email address, to Twitter. Twitter eventually went, oops, my bad, sorry about that, and fixed the problem. But, sheesh. He later got back in, but he shouldn't have been kicked out in the first place. He was expressing his free opinion that everybody should be going and complain to NBC about their handling of the Olympics, which I would not have even known was going on if it wasn't for Facebook and Twitter. So, thanks, guys. We're going to close it out before I pass out. I'm Flame Flash on Twitter. I'm FlameFlash82 on Xbox. Flame Flash on the PlayStation Network. I'm Flame Flash over on Steam. I'm Flame Flash over on Raptor. I'm everywhere. I am Flame Flash. This has been episode 64. And we'll see you next week.